Well, I just restarted the timer. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. We'll go ahead and leave it at that. We have a little bit of a delay today. Server was not created, the lobby was not created, I mean. We'll get started here shortly whenever we get into quality.
When I seems lost, thoughts lead you astray. Then I cry, then I feel pain. Why do I suffer so much? I would love to feel your touch. Baby, I don't know where to go. I feel so lost without you. Baby, I don't know where to go. I feel so lost without you. Baby, I don't know where to go. I feel so lost without you. Baby, I don't know where to go. I feel so lost without you.
Alrighty, we are getting started here shortly. So, welcome to the third rookie race. It's gonna be 12 people. We don't have the same attendance as we had the other days, but that is not important. We're gonna see what these rookies have. We have 2 team principals in here today, so will definitely be more than enough for them to get a feeling. Hey guys, welcome to rookie race number 3. My name is DMasterOG and I'm going to be your commentator for today. We're going to be watching these rookies qualifying and racing around 2 tracks today, Austria and Australia. 2 very similar tracks in name, nothing similar in track, actual track itself. Hello Dylan. Let's go ahead and get into the game. They're just choosing their tire selection now. And then we're going to be in qualifying. Currently, we have Miniko and Lakota, the only 2 team principals in here today. We have a couple of returning drivers from Tier 1. We got Sketchy Bull and Snaky. We got Tier 4's Edge and AK. And, well, there's also Chazzy, but we don't like Chazzy here, so Lakota's retired already. He's going to be starting from the back. AK is one of our, I'm pretty sure, Tier 2 drivers, so I like your commentator. Yeah, my commentator is pretty fire. Looking forward to the competition. Looking forward to it too, Midnight. I can't wait to see how these guys perform. Rusty's going to be the first person to come in out of the pits. He's going to be setting up for his lap. I have some high expectations for these rookies here, as both of our team principals have retired. They're starting from the back, unless someone gets DSQ'd. Let's see, just making sure everything's good. Looks like everything's good on the stream. If y'all have any, notice anything, please let me know. I don't know who you are. I'm not gonna lie to you, Dylan. I'm bad with people having 2 different names, one on Discord, one on YouTube, so it does get a little confusing. Let's go ahead and pull up the track map, telemetry. No, we don't need telemetry. All right. Yeah, I bet you do know Carmen. All right. Now we have Rusty starting his lap, crossing the line. Next person's going to be the Aston Martin of Jake Laser. He's going to be setting his lap in front of Edge, our Tier 4 or Tier 5 Season 9 champion, Tier 4 championship contender. Did not challenge for the overall though. As we have a bunch of people coming out of the pits. It looks to be Chazzy, Nigel Thornbreak, and AK. It looks to have been a pretty tidy first sector. Second sector had a little bit of a squirrel there at the third to last corner. I think he has backed out. Yes, he has. So he's not going to be setting this as a valid time. Let's go ahead and right on board with Jake, as he is the next person who have started his lap. Does a 16.3 basically in the first sector. We'll see how that compares a little bit later. Edges are also started his lap. His sector 1 was, I couldn't see it in time. Doesn't matter. Looks like Jake has set this up a lot better. Rusty sets a 1:10.9. That's unrepresentative. He has backed out before that. So he's just going to be going out for another run here shortly. 45.8 for Jake. He's doing pretty decent. Let's see what Edge is going to be able to do in the second sector. Comes across the line now. 47. 1:05.6 from Jake Laser. Pretty good lap time starting us off for our first representative lap, but Edge goes just 0.6 faster, just about 5.5 tenths with a 5:04. That is definitely going to get improved upon, but for now that is provisional pole. Let's see who's going to be trying to contend for that. Sector 2, it looked like he had a 45. Nigel's going to be threatening Edge's current pole position as the other Ferrari started his lap. Same with the Alfa Romeo and Haas of Rusty. Rusty sets a 5.9. Nigel putting in a 4.6. And he's going to be taking provisional pole for the time being. As, let's see, Chazzy comes across the line, does a 3.8, takes provisional pole by 0.8 of a second. Great lap from the Mercedes driver, the provisional Mercedes driver. The draft has not started yet, so I cannot say that just yet. All right, let's see who's going to be next on setting a lap as Jake comes into the pits. Rusty's already set his lap. He did a 5.9. Snaky just did purple first sector. Second sector looks to have been a little cleaner than before. Actually, Ryan looks to be the next person to come across the line. He invalidated on the second to last corner. Unfortunate for him. He's going to be hoping to be able to put down a time that's representative. Snoop Francis coming across the last corner now. What is he going to be able to set? It's going to be a 6:08 for Snoop Francis, putting him P6 provisionally, just about a tenth behind the next car. And we got people storming into the pits. Snaky is going to be coming across the line. He's done a very good lap, 44.7 second split. 3.9, putting him P2 right now, just about a tenth and a bit below his teammate Chazzy. So we got the two tier 1 drivers. Chazzy's a tier 2 driver, but we have two of our top returning drivers on the front row right now. Nigel Thornbreak, a rookie for this season. You are flying. Doing pretty okay. And Jordan seems to have been on a backed up lap. Oh, it's fucking... And Jordan invalidates that lap. Didn't really matter. He did not invalidate the next lap, so I think he's going to be on a push lap here. So running low on battery, so that's not going to be ideal for him. As Snoop Francis comes into the pits. Jordan spins coming out of the first turn, pushing a little bit too hard, as he just did not have the grip there. As everyone pulls into the pits and is changing their tires, we have a minute to go ahead and drink up some water. Remember, drink water. And you know what? Yellow had this rule where if there's less people, then he can. No, I'm not gonna do all that. Never mind. And you can make a bigger face cam. I'm gonna do the same thing. No, I'm not, because it's not gonna let me. Crap. Why is it not letting me? Whatever. Doesn't matter. We'll get a move on. Keep doing it how we are. He didn't hear anything. Alright. Ed is going to be the first person to be setting another lap. No, he's not. That is... Yes, he is. I thought, I thought Jordan was going to be going out again, but he is into the pits. And, what? There's nobody on a lap, mate. Sergeant Milk passes Edge under qualifying. He's going to be looking to improve on his lap. Edge said he was flying, but I think he wasn't kidding. He is actually doing really good here. Chazzy with current pole, 9.5 minutes left in qualifying. Provisional pole is a 3.822. Next person is Snakey, his teammate, with a 3.943. Just about a 10.2 in front. And then we also have, and then we have Nigel behind them, who is about 7/10 back. So there's a big gap from P1 and 2 to P3. As Edge instantly invalidates on the first corner and turns off his ERS. Not surprising. Let's go ahead and watch Sergeant Milk as he sets. It said purple on the minimap. I don't know how true that was, but it did say purple. Comes across turn 3, I would say. That's actually turn 3. That wasn't a great turn 3. He didn't use all the exit, but doing pretty good so far. Let's see what his split time is going to be. A 46.1. That's a little slow. He's probably going to be up there with Edge. Not slow enough to warrant anything as a backing off lap, but it's going to be coming across the last corner now. Used all the exit he could. He's going to be setting a 6.02 right in front of St. Francis. Just about a tenth in front of Rusty as he starts his own lap to go ahead and combat that. Edge goes ahead and starts his own lap to redo that, but Snakey comes across the line now to set provisional pole with a 3.557, 3/10 in front of his current teammate Chazzy, as Chazzy's starting his lap right around now, as AK sets P3.42, making a little bit of in between the top two and then P4 now of Nigel Thornbrake. He's right between them, 4/10 from Chazzy, 4/10 from Thornbrake, so he's splitting them up pretty evenly. Edge is right behind Nigel currently. He seems to be on a pretty decent lap. He still has his ERS on. He's down 2.5 tenths. 2.3 tenths, my apologies. So if he can find another 2 tenths, he's going to be able to take 4th position. Let's see if he's going to be able to do that, as we have 2 cars coming across into the pit lane. And actually, there was a slow Alpine there. I think that was. No, it's a slow Haas. Haas was slow on the main straight. That was Rusty. I think he may have invalidated. As Edge, that's a better time. He improves by 3/10, but he was not able to get Nigel Thornbrake there. Edge setting a 4.765. and Nigel setting a 4.636, just barely, uh, not enough. As Ryan looks to be challenging for top 5 here, he comes across the line and he's gonna get pole position by 7 thousandths of a second. What a surprise! Oh, I did not. I was saying top 5, not top 3. That's nuts. Great lap from Ryan out of nowhere in the last 7 minutes. Snakey got beaten out by just about 7 thousandths of a second to one of the rookies. He's not going to be very happy about that. I just opened the game after 4 weeks. Ark, do you. I can't invite you, but if you can get someone to invite you, I would much love to see more competition in here. We'll always love it. Let's see. Currently, Chazzy's on an invalid. Jake is... I don't think he's on a fast lap. No, he's not. He's back to... Shut up, Ark. You're not slow. I need to show stream what you just said, because that was a disgrace. There you go. Ark talking about he's slow. Let me see if I can get on. Yeah, go ahead, dude. We'd love to see you in here. And Rusty is the only car on track who is... Actually, Jordan just came across the line. Set a 5.28, putting him in 8th position, but I actually haven't played in 4 weeks. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you played or not. Snoop Francis starting his lap, or ending his lap now, sorry. He just set a 6.08. Don't pick a side up then. Arc. Just go with the flow. Trans. Rusty is probably not on a fast lap here. He's going to be coming into the pits, I'm assuming. Yes, he is. Rusty is into the pits in his Haas liveried car. Looks like Nigel is on a out lap. Default time. Yeah, default. Sketchy Bull is in the session now. He's also starting in P last, along with Miniko and Lakota. I think the only person who hasn't set a lap is Ark, who just joined. I was gonna say Sketchy, but Sketchy actually retired. As we have Snoop Francis coming across the line now to improve his time by 3/10. He just got in front of Rusty there, putting him into P9, 5/10 back from the next car, who is Jordan. He set a 5.708. Newton does have pace. I agree. This is 25. Yes, it is. 25% race. Nigel Thornbrake on his hot lap right now. Let's go on board with him, seeing how he takes this third turn here. Pretty good, using not as much exit as ideal. It's going to be losing him a little bit of time. Carrying a lot of speed through there, getting on power very early. He's going to be setting a 45.1, barely even with his time, so maybe an improvement, but I don't think it's going to be enough to get AK here. See, he's coming across the last turn. He pushed. He gave it everything he could through that last turn. He does a 4.47, finding a 10.5. He does not take away 4th position, but he does get a little bit further away from Edge, which is probably a very good sign in and of itself. Next person who's going to be coming across the line is going to be Sergeant Milk. He's 4.5 seconds up on his time. That's going to put him at least 9th position. Let's see what he can get in that last sector. He improves by another 10th. That puts him P9. The Williams are 8th and 9th right now with 105.28 and 105.51. As a bunch of people are now coming out of the pits for their final run, and we have Chazzy, who is going to be the first of them to be setting their lap, as we have a lot of cars in that first sector. Jeez. Okay. Let's go ahead and ride on board with Chazzy. I give him enough banter, but he is pretty quick here. see what he's going to be able to do. Pretty good first turn. Got some good traction out of there. Let's see what his split time is going to be. 16.00. So it's just about even with this time. Maybe a little down. Got to slide out of that corner. That's going to lose him a little bit of time. This straight is crucial to find your time at. Next person coming across the line, it looks to be Ark starting his lap now, and with the Ferrari of Edge, yes, Edge, then Rusty, then Sergeant Milk, going for another run it looks like. Chazzy has done a pretty okay lap. I don't think this would be pole by any means, but he invalidates and just puts it straight in the wall. That is annoying, to say the least. I understand that turn out of the corner straight into the wall. I know exactly what that meant. It's 4-8 from Jake. He's going to be starting his lap now. He's going to be trying to improve by just about a tenth for the next car, 4/10 for the car in front of that, and then 2/10 for the car in front of that. So just about 7/10 he'll need as he goes about even with his first sector time. He's going to be the first person to come across the line. Ark invalidated his lap, so he's going to be going again, but he had a 4.49. That would have put him pretty decently up there, as he said he was not practicing too much. Next across the line is Sergeant Milk. He sets a 5.41. That's not enough to get his teammate there. Thank you, Jacob, for the 199 donation. Thank you so much. Give me a second. We will go ahead. As Ryan Newton sets a faster lap time, takes provisional pole, improves his provisional pole from a 5.50 to a 3.55, 2/10 in front of the next car, which is Snaky. No small feat. Snaky has invalidated his last lap, as we're going to be looking to Chazzy, as he's not going to be setting a lap. He's invalid. And Snoop Francis is also not doing a fast lap, so that is qualifying done. Ark is stopped. Good. GG. Well played, says Ark, as he had a skill issue. Again, Jacob, thank you for the 199 donation. I hope your day has been going good, and I hope I give you some content to enjoy the night with. We started a little bit late, so we're going to end a little bit late, but we should be good to go here. Let's run down the order for this Austrian short qualifying. Ryan Newton takes pole position, one of our rookie drivers right now, with a 3.35. That's nuts. Snaky behind him, 2/10. Chazzy behind him, starting on the second row alongside with AK, Nigel Thornbrake in P5, Edge in P6, Jake Laser P7, Jordan in P8, Sergeant Milk in P9, Snoop Francis in P10, Rusty in P11, Sketchy Bull in P10, or Sketchy Bull in P12, I mean. Arc Media in P13, not setting a lap. Minico and Lakota being 14th and 15th. Ryan looking like some competition for real. Washington or Michigan? We're talking about football, because I don't know anything about sports. For a state, I like the Michigan's logo more. That's literally all I know. As yeah, I'm not a sports guy. Definitely Purdue. Fair. Purdue is a good one. We're gonna see. We're gonna see how this race plays out. All right. Let me get some water before it starts. Guys, remember? Oh, wrong side. MRL Media. MRL Media? MRL merch. You can cop that. There's a channel where you can look at all the merch. This is my Season 8 champion hoodie. that I just received today. Not talking about merch right now. We're talking about the race start. 5 red lights are on and they're off. The drivers are away, and Ryan gets a pretty decent start, but actually we got Snaky behind. He had a file in line. He did not get a good start. AK goes alongside Chazzy, and there is a big pileup going on right there. AK is tapped around Chazzy. People have piled into the back of him. Snaky and Ryan are in the fight for the lead, and everyone else has some people didn't get collected, but there's still some people at the first corner. Nigel Thornbrake is the worst out of those. Shirt long enough. AK moves down to P4. Jake Laser moves up into P3. Wow, he was down in like P5. I guess he was able to get past AK, who had to avoid him. Lakota into P5 from the back of the grid. Great start from him. Miniko not having such a great start from the back. He's up into P9 right now. Rusty in P7, but Sketchy Bull is moving his way up, trying to get away from Miniko as fast as possible, as he makes a move past Rusty for P7. Ark is up into P6. Lakota is into P5 with AK, his in-car teammate, in front of him right now. But AK is currently trying to challenge Jake Laser for P3, the last podium position. Let's see how these guys fight. Lakota, being the team principal, he's going to be watching these guys ahead, seeing who he's going to be wanting to pick. They're battling side by side, very well held by them. Looks like AK takes the position very cleanly before the DRS is even enabled. Ark is looking at that battle in front, saying, please fight a little bit more. I want to get deeper into this DRS. Ark has more than enough pace to get past these guys, but he still has to catch up, get that DRS advantage. Rusty made a move on Sketchy Bull, it looks like. Rusty making a move. Sketchy. Not Sketchy. Miniko. What am I looking at? Miniko is making a move on Rusty, and Sketchy is pulled away 2.5, almost 3 seconds from Rusty. Now Miniko has taken up P8. Rusty has gone down to P9. Chazzy is looking to take P9 from Rusty. He's right there. Rusty made a mistake there at the exit of the last corner. Chazzy got a great run, and he's going to be taking P9, saying thank you very much. As DRS gets enabled this lap, is Chazzy going to have the DRS? Yes, he does, from Miniko in front. Just barely, it looks like, as Rusty as well has it. Edge 5 seconds back from them. It has not been a great race for him. He's already down to P11. Snoop Francis in P12. Nigel Thornbrake in P13. Sergeant Milk in P14. And Jordan in P15. The William boys not having a great time. Snaky still on the back of Ryan Newton. Ryan Newton being a very fierce competition for Snaky. Snaky is one of our best drivers in tier 1, so I'm pretty surprised. Actually, we're missing a little bit of movement down here from Ark and Lakota. Ark taking 5th position from Lakota. Lakota being our tier 4 driver previously. Ark being in I want to say tier 2. Pretty sure he is a damn fast driver. Lakota keeping up with him, though. Now that he has DRS, he's going to be able to take that. Jake Laser has been passed by AK, but he's going to get passed here by Ark as well. Ark chose better than to take the position under braking. He's going to have a second dose of DRS here. Is Ark going to have enough overspeed? No, he's not. Neither is Lakota or Sketchy. So they are not going to be making a move down there, as Nigel Thornbrake and Snoop Francis swapped around positions. Snoop down in 13th, Nigel in 12th, and it's only giving Edge less and less of a gap to Rusty. Rusty is slowly going backwards, as that highest car normally does in the race. In real life, I mean. Edge is catching up. He's already down to 2 seconds, 1.8 now. Nigel Thornbrake is also catching up to Edge, maybe a little bit slower, but he's definitely not losing out on him too much. Snoop Francis has lost out on Nigel, though. He's not going to be getting DRS anymore, as Ark and Lakota are, not Ark and Lakota, Ark and Jake are side by side going up the hill. He gets a taste of that the first lap that he was behind him. Now Lakota gets a move done on him, on Jake, as well, as he was out of position, got a bad run out of the corner. Lakota now takes 5th position. Ark takes 4th. Jake Laser getting a moved on by Sketchy Bull as well. He gets passed by 3 people in one straight. Unfortunate lap for him. He's going to be wanting to keep with him as fast as possible, but actually Sketchy Bull already flashing his battery, so he's running out of battery. Not ideal for him. Miniko is trying to catch up to this pack up here, as he was pretty far back. And Chazzy has been a little bit left in the dust by Miniko. 2.8 seconds right now to the Red Bull. Lakota, we're watching along with Lakota right now, as he is trying to stay with Ark as much as he can to keep in the fight for P3. This is going to be tight between these 3, as AK is not going to want to give up, Ark is not going to want to give up, and Lakota actually went wide there. Sketchy Bull saw his opportunity, got alongside at the exit, but he wasn't able to put the power down. Is he going to be able to put the foot down and make the pass done before the corner? He is. He makes a move, daring move, to get that 5th place. He takes the position as we cut away for just a slight moment as they were side by side. He gets it before the exit, and all is well. Now they're going to be coming across into lap 7, and Lakota's going to be having the slipstream and DRS advantage that that Sketchy Bull had previously. Ark and AK have pulled away just slightly, about 8/10. They still have DRS behind, but that is not a good slipstream. Ark. Oh, actually, Snaky made a move on Ryan Newton. I didn't even realize that they were still that close. I thought Snaky was still not able to get a move done. Ryan Newton now having the DRS, but the more interesting battle, in my opinion, is what's going on for the previous drivers that's already here. Actually, there's a big move down Ark and AK on the second DRS straight of the lap. 8K now going down to P4. Ark taking P3 from the Alpine driver. Sketchy Bull is trying to get a taste of that as well. Lakota sticking with them. Jake Laser is now being heavily pressured by Miniko, our other TP in here, and our TPs are going to be reunited here in a minute once Miniko can get his foot down and get the power past Jake Laser. He's not going to be doing it. Miniko's probably not going to be doing it down this straight. He's probably going to be doing it down this straight if he can get that power down. Let's see, with that DRS open, it is a little bit of a DRS train, as Ark no longer has the DRS. AK does not make the move stick. Miniko does not take his opportunity to make the move there. He's sticking behind in this little train. Probably doesn't have a choice, but he has a lot more battery than Jake. Now he sees that with his light flashing, he's going to be knowing that, as we have a side-by-side battle with AK and Sketchy. Sketchy pulls along Lakota into this battle, but AK goes down to P5, Sketchy into P4, still with no battery left compared to Ark. Ark with 22%, just about 10% more than Sketchy for this first round. We've got 10 laps to go after crossing the line. Battle for P2 has... for P3 has spiced up just a little bit, with Lakota and Jake going into the pits, neither of them getting speeding penalties, so they won't have to worry about that. But AK spins! AK spins off on the first corner. So the battle for P3 has gone down to 2 drivers now. Miniko has lost a lot of time with that. Miniko down 2 seconds now outside of the DRS from P3. And he's going to be hoping to use as much as he can from those tires. Let's see what tires everyone's on. He's going to be wanting to use those tires a little bit better and get within the DRS of Sketchy Bull and Ark for that P3 position. Ryan Newton and Snaky still with it, or Ryan Newton with still within DRS of Snaky, and they're still battling for P1. We have an interesting battle for P3, and then as actually Snaky comes into the pits. Snaky goes for the undercut on Ryan Newton and is now going to be coming out in front of probably Lakota here. And it's going to be a very interesting plan to see what he's going to be able to do, as Chazzy is going to be coming across the pit straight now. There he goes. He passes him. Lakota, or sorry, AK comes into the pits as the other Alpine driver. And now Snaky comes out in front of Nigel Thornbrake, who took 5th on track 6th position. Minico comes out of the pits in front as Nigel and Lakota are still battling it here. As we have Arc and Sketchy Bull still out on the same set of tires. Are they going to be pitting this lap? We will just have to find out. There's 2 more pitters, Rusty and Sergeant Milk. They're going to be coming out in P12 and 13. Chazzy gets a 3-second time penalty. And Sketchy Bull. Oh, Sketchy gets tapped. Arc misjudges the pit entry, and Sketchy gets tapped. Oh, that's unfortunate for P3. That's going to come down to Minico. Minico is going to be the next person to go into P3. Sketchy comes into the pits. Snaky goes past on his new tires, so that's definitely P1 secured for him as Ryan Newton comes out of the pits well behind Ryan Snaky here, over a second, so he's not going to have DRS here. He's going to be burning battery as much as he can. Is he going to get DRS down this straight? Just barely. I think he's got it. Is he going to turn it on there? He does not. He doesn't have DRS. I think that's a scam because I saw it just barely hit there. Minico has moved up into P3. Lakota into P4. Sketchy has gone down to P5 because of that mistake by Arc. It is just a social race, so no hard feelings, I'm going to guess. But still, he's not going to like that for his 3rd place battle, as we have everyone just rounding out the top 10, being Chazzy in 6th, AK in 7th, Jake in 8th, Arc losing out massively from P3 to P9, losing 6 positions, Edge being in P10, right behind Arc actually on older tires, obviously. Snaky setting the fastest lap of the race with a 0.526. That's a qualifying time right there, but Minico actually goes 1 better. It goes about half a tenth, I want to say, faster with a 5.230. That's going to be a good one to beat. AK goes a little bit faster by 4/10 with a 5.192. As these soft tires are just rubbering in now. Jordan has left the session, and he's not going to be too happy about his TSQ on lap 8. See who we can have a look at. Actually, Ryan Newton has caught back up to Snaky. Ryan Newton has caught back up to Snaky. Give me a second. Let me pull chat back up. By the way, Cartman, my shirt was accidentally never delivered, so that is why it never got to me. I still thank Pogs because he was able to get it back. To get it sent, I mean. Let's go ahead and just watch this battle for the lead. Probably the most interesting thing that's happening on track right now. There's a bunch of gaps going on. Ryan Newton has the fresher tires, so he's going to be challenging Snaky here in a couple of laps with the DRS, with better ERS surely. Actually, no, Snaky has a lot more ERS, so Ryan's going to be saving up some ERS to pressure Snaky with. Minico is 7.5 seconds, 7.7 seconds behind this P2, P1 battle. As actually there's some action going on between Chazzy and AK. There's some penalties going around right now. Austria is a very penalty-prone circuit, as we figured that out from the real F123 Grand Prix. AK was a 3-second time penalty. Miniko with a 3-second time penalty, so that is going to be affecting him later on. No, it's not, because Lakota just got a 3-second time penalty. So P3 and 4 are going to stay exactly where they are now. Sketchable in P5 is going to be gaining 1 position from this, and he's going to be probably hoping to get a little bit more with those fresher tires, but we'll just have to see. Chazzy still being pressured by AK, as they're fighting for position here with their equal penalties. I will just check one more time. They're side by side with Jake and Ark pretty safely through that. Ark has taken P8. Jake just cedes position, gets a little bit of a slide out of turn 3 in the game. That's turn 2 for me and anyone else who knows. Jake getting that little bit of a slide, losing him a bunch of time, already almost out of the 1 second window of DRS activation. Edge being just about a second and a half behind them, and Jake has lost out 5/10. So Ark is very much going way faster on these tires. Let's see what penalties people are on. AK is on 9 seconds of penalties. He is very much struggling to keep this car on track, as he's our top penalty holder right now. Sergeant Milk shortly behind with 6 seconds of penalties, and everyone else who has a penalty being a 3-second. And our biggest winner right now is Miniko, as AK goes alongside and past, it looks like, Chazzy. But AK is very much lower on the ERS, so he's going to be defending here. Does he have DRS? No, he does not. Chazzy is using ERS. They're going to be going side by side one more time around turn 5. Or sorry, turn 4. They make a little bit of contact, and AK and Chazzy are still side by side. Chazzy having the inside line takes the position on the left-hander. Pretty easy stuff going into sector 3. They are nose to tail after that very, very close very close sector. Biggest winner right now is Miniko, starting from P14 going up to P3. Second is Lakota, going from P15 to P5, and Sketchy being just in front of them, as Edge gets a 3-second time penalty as well. And it looks like AK is running out of battery here. He's not going to be able to make too many moves on Chazzy. Chazzy doesn't have the most amount of battery, but it's still enough to defend for the time being. Is it going to be enough to last them 3 laps with no DRS? We will have to find out. All right. Keep an eye on this lead battle here, because Ryan Newton is a wild card for me. I have not seen Ryan race before. I don't remember if he was in the other rookie races, but him challenging Snakey is a big wild card. Snakey is fast, in my opinion. In my opinion, obviously, but still, he is quick, and he knows how to drive. And Ryan being right there with him, it may be Austria, and everyone's good at Austria, and, you know, a lot of people have pace, but still pretty impressive to see him here, and to see him challenging for the win here, as Rusty being lapped here shortly had spun at the last corner of the second sector. We'll see if he gets in the way and gives Snakey a little bit of DRS. I think Snakey's going to be hoping for it at this point. Actually, we have Edge making a move on Ark, or not Ark, sorry, Jake. Ark is in front of them. Edge makes that move very cleanly. They're both running out of ERS, as you can see their light blinking behind. But it is coming to the last lap. Snakey is still in first position. He's going to be defending. Goes well into the inside. Gives a little bit of a contact to Ryan. Big contact there at the apex. Tough fighting from Snakey here. I don't think he meant to do that, but that has given him more than enough of a gap to P2. Ryan Newton not too happy about what just happened. He tried to make a move around the outside there. Snakey defending very well. And keeping P1 for the time being. And Ryan Newton not giving up. 1/10 coming into the corner separates them, so he is very close to his rear end. Ryan Newton having a lot more ERS than Snaky here. Snaky's going to be covering off the inside, and you can see here as they come over the hills, Ryan Newton goes on the inside. He's going to have the better line, but Snaky holds more speed around the corner and takes the checkered flag. P1 for Snaky. Great battle between them. Ryan Newton takes P2 on merit. Minico in P3. P4 goes to Sketchy Bull, even though they had penalties all across the grid. Lakota P5. Chazzy P6. And his penalty is it going to be enough for Ark to take P6 here? It is! Ark takes P6 by... Oh no, he had another 3-second. But if he only had one, it would have been 11 thousandths. Jake taking P8 from Edge, who had a lot more penalties. He's in P9. Nigel's going to be in P10, and Sergeant Milk in P11 coming across now. And Rusty had a lot of spin, so he's going to be in last position. AK retired just a little bit ago. That was one hell of a fight from Snaky and Ryan there. I'm so glad we were able to catch it, as we have our last runner right now coming across the line. Rusty in P12. Driver of the day is Lakota. I do not agree. I think that would go to Minico, even though Minico kind of needs to be up there in P3. He still drove a very good race to be with the top two guys. Just about, I want to say 7 seconds, 8 seconds. But anyways, congratulations to Snaky for taking that P1. Maybe a little bit of aggressive defending, pushing our Ryan Newton, our rookie, a little bit on the gravel there at turn 3. But he came out on top. Let's go down this order one more time, as Ryan Newton was only 400ths behind Snaky on the line, and that's pretty nuts to me. Rustiness coming out of me. What's the next track? Got rammed into the gravel. Ryan, don't worry, I got all of it. Let's run down this order one more time. Snaky in P1, Ryan Newton in P2, Minico in P3, Sketchy Bull in P4, Lakota in P5, Ark in P6, Chazzy in P7, Jake in P8, Edge in P9, and Nigel Thornbreak rounding out our top 10 for points paying positions. Fastest lap goes to Ark with a 105.18, just barely in front of Minico. Just about 4/10, and I think someone else had a 5. But that will be our top 10 there. All right. One moment while we get into the next race. It's going to be at Austria. It's going to have a lot of action, same as here. As actually, we have someone else joining. MX Testarossa is joining us. Let me see if I can reopen this. Give me a second, guys. It's not letting me. Oh well. We will just keep going. All right, Australia. 15 laps of racing. Short qualifying is still 18 minutes. Braided Axe has actually joined us as well, making it a very fun lobby. Stig is also joining us. So we have another person that's on my shirt right now from Season 8. Love to get that shout out in there. Hey guys, if y'all haven't already, let's go ahead and like the video, like the live stream. Really appreciate it. It really helps us get out there. And you do not want to miss tomorrow. Tomorrow is our preseason show and award ceremony. So we're going to be giving out the awards for our calendar awards, like the One Leaf Clover and the One Hit Wonder. Just two examples that came up, the first two examples that came into my head. So yeah, we're gonna be getting those awards out tomorrow, and the day after is gonna be maybe Rookie Race 4 if it even goes ahead. And then we have an off day with Thursday. Friday is the draft night. I cannot explain how excited I am for draft night, guys. It's the best night of the entire season, and I can't wait to see where everyone stacks up, everyone ends up, and it's gonna be super super fun. We'll just see how it goes. The session is starting just about in a minute, so we'll get into that. But if y'all don't know already, our draft night is where probably like 3 hours where we just have everyone get drafted who has signed up for a permanent seat or a full-time seat, I mean. And it's going to be very fun. Yeah, draft. Can't wait. Can't wait for the draft. Preseason show is out tomorrow at same time, I think. Let me make sure because I may be waffling. Yep, same time tomorrow. Preseason is 7 p.m. Our draft is at 8 p.m. and it does not look like we're having a rookie race number 4. So you can forget what I said about rookie race number 4. Going. All right, let's go ahead, switch over back in here. Back in 2008. Yeah, you do not want to miss the preseason show. There they will reveal the calendar and what that first race is going to be, so you can start practicing. And I know I'm going to be watching it for that. But yeah, it's going to be super super fun. Can't wait to see you guys there. Let's go ahead and turn nothing on. We're gonna go on board with Sergeant Milk, as he is again the first person to come out of the pits. Very early around the Australian street circuit. This is one of my least favorite tracks, because I don't really like this track, but it's also very fun to drive. I don't like racing it because it's very iffy for racing. That's how I'll put it. It's definitely fun to drive though. Hate some corners in it, but I love to drive it. It's very tricky, very technical. A lot of fast corners, a lot of slow corners, a lot of corners that you just need to be really focused on. Let's see if Sergeant Milk has what it's got, has what it has to have to get a lap set He's going to be opening DRS. First person to set a lap on the Australian circuit today. Went through turn 1 and 2, maybe a little bit under the limit at the exit, but still a pretty good lap so far. Coming into turn 3, it's a little wide at the exit. Taking good line through there. Is he going to be able to hold it flat? It does look like he manages to do so. It's going to be a pretty decent first sector. Let's go ahead and pull the Testarossas out on medium tires. I just blinked that. Next person who is coming across the line looks to be the MX Testarossa and Chazzy. Chazzy being a little bit in front. As let's go on board with him real quick, see what his first sector time is going to be. Nothing, because he invalidated. Never mind. Milk is going to be coming across the second sector line. Oh, he already passed it. Never mind. He's going to be coming across the last two corners of the Grand Prix. There's the second to last, and here comes the last. Let's see what he's going to be able to put down. He's going to be putting a decent lap. It was representative at least. He's going to be doing a 19.6. I personally don't remember if that's any good, but we'll just have to see when the laps start rolling in. Who's going to be the next person to be on a lap? It is MX Testarossa, who's coming across the second sector line now. Or, sorry, who came across the second sector line, coming across the third sector. And he is on medium, so this is going to be a little bit of a slower lap time. But let's see if he's going to be able to steal pole on the mediums. I'm going to cross the last two corners now. Sets it up very well, holding a lot of speed. Opening DRS just at the exit. Is he going to be able to take pole? Yes, he is. Just over 7/10 gain on the medium tires. Doing it Allen Toast style and taking current pole position. Master Turtle does it. Does him one better by going 1.8 seconds up on MX Testarossa on the medium tires. So that is a lot faster than Sergeant Milk's and MX Testerossa's time. As they are all on equal cars, it doesn't really matter what car you're in. Minico takes P1 3/10 in front of Master Turtle. That is not a surprise, but surprising that he's actually qualifying. Sketchy Bowl goes wide on turn 10. Or I think that is turn 10. Goes across turn 11 now. He's going to be trying to be in front of Master Turtle, behind Minico probably. We don't know Sketchy by his qualifying performances, so we're going to see what he's going to be able to pull out. As Stig came across the line a little bit earlier, setting a 17.8. Sketchy going behind Stig, doing an 18.09, so basically an 18.1. Not fast enough to challenge the top guys. He's still 9/10 away from Master Turtle, 2/10 away from Stig, so Rusty gets a 5-race grid penalty for having a collision with Jordan. Jordan now in the wall. That's going to be an interesting message. We'll see that later in the Discord. If you haven't joined so already, down in the description, y'all can join that. As we had an Aston Martin, it looks like Jake Laser passing Jordan very quickly. Don't think Jake is on a lap, but he's still pushing pretty decently. As we had Ryan Newton coming across the line doing an 18.100 just behind Sketchy. That is not going to be the lap he was hoping for, but that is more than good enough for P5 currently. 4/10 in front of Jake and 9/10, or 8.5/10, I mean, in front of MX Testarossa. Looks like Snakey has gone ahead and started his lap while we were talking about all the other drivers. He is going to be purple in Sector 1, provisional purple, and maybe fake purple. I do not know yet. Coming across second sector, 44.3, and he makes a big mistake through the fast chicane, and he goes into the wall. Snakey not going to be able to set a good time here with that mistake. but he's going to be continuing on. May have enough time to just go for another lap, as Ryan Newton has invalidated this lap. Don't think it was a particularly fast one, but still, not going to be setting a lap regardless. Because we have Snoop Francis rejoin the game. Rejoin. Oof. Braided Axe has gone ahead and I think started a lap, and he invalidated a lap. Don't know where, but definitely was within the first 2 corners. I can tell you that much because I switched to him before the 3rd corner. And he's the only person out on track other than Arc right now. We have another 3 people coming out of the pits: Eston, Chazzy, and Miniko for another lap. Estenbach is a tier 1 driver, to say the least. He is very, very fast. And I'm going to be expecting him to be challenging Miniko here, as Chazzy taps Estenbach around. And Estenbach gives Chazzy a 5-place grid penalty. Deserved. For that contact. Should have been a 10 place in my opinion, just because it was Chazzy, but that doesn't really matter right now, does it? Let's go on board with but not Braided Axe, because Braided Axe is coming into the pits. Let's go on board with let's go on Arc, because Arc is going to be a pretty good contender here for pole. He's a little rusty, but he's going to be doing just fine. Let's see what he's going to be able to do. Let's ride on board with him. Coming into the first corner, he brakes pretty late. Gets the car turned in very well and doesn't use a lot of the exit. He sees a yellow flag. Sees the car going slowly. Doesn't focus on that. Focuses on his braking point. Very well held through that corner. Carried a lot of speed. A little bit of a distraction, that car, but he keeps it flat through here. And he's going to be able to brake very late through this corner. That wasn't that late. That was pretty early. He's going to be having a pretty decent sector one time if it wasn't invalid. I think it's going to turn off his ERS here and go for another lap. That was a 44.30. It's a pretty good lap. Let's go ahead and just watch Miniko, as he is on a valid lap. And we know that he's going to set a good lap time. He's already on pole. He's down on his fastest lap by a 10th right now in his first sector. Is he going to be able to gain it back? Surely. I wouldn't doubt it. As we have Master Turtle also trying to set a fast lap behind him. Goes 2/10 down on his current fastest lap, so he must have had some minor mistake on his first one. Miniko is still up on his time, so he's not going to be setting a majorly fast lap. Master Turtle is going to be probably taking original pole position here, as Miniko just cannot find the time. He's pushing a little bit too much. Had a big snap at the third to last corner. Comes into the pits, and he's not going to be able to set a great lap time. Chazzy sets a 17.1, and that puts him P2 provisionally. He has a 5 place, so it's going to bump him down to P7, but that doesn't matter right now. It's qualifying. Master Turtle's going to be looking to take P1 away from Miniko. Is he going to have enough in the tank? He goes provisional P1 by a 10.4 on Miniko. Miniko's going to have to get some new rubbers on and get a move on, as we've got a bunch of people in the third sector right now preparing to go for a lap. Looks like Snoop Francis finishing his lap now. Doesn't look to be too quick. Let's see who's going to be able to set. It's going to be a 19.698. They have set the exact same lap time, P9 and 10. Pretty interesting. And then just about 7/10 in front of them is MX Testarossa with an 18.9. Snaky going on another run right now. He's going to be trying to improve on his previous lap time, and he's going to be doing, well, previous tried lap time. As there's a car in the middle of the road, that's Jordan, I'm pretty sure. Jordan is in the middle of the road, distracted Snaky there. He had to take evasive action to the 26.80. Not an ideal first sector for Snaky's first not invalid run. He's going to be setting a 44.303. That's weird because that's what he set last time. And he's going to be coming across the last... Oh, Estenbaugh goes P3. I didn't even notice P3 with a 16.92. Just about 2 and a bit tenths from Master Turtle's time currently, as we have an AlphaTauri going slowly out of the pit lane. That is going to be... who was that? That is Testarossa out on track. Snaky goes 17.06 behind Ryan Newton, who is out on track, but he does not have enough fuel or energy for another lap. He did set a 16.97, so that puts him P4 in front of Snaky. And Chazzy with a 17.1 still has not come out to improve the lap time again. Stig going up 1.5 tenths, but he still needs 7. Yeah, you better not invalidate. Come on. Come on, Ark. You don't need to be invalidating. Estenbaugh coming into the pits probably. 4 out of 4 have been invalid so far. Brother, just stop invalidating. Estenbaugh comes into the pits. Snaky's going to be coming into the pits. Who's not coming into the pits? Looks like there's a McLaren still out on track. It is Stig. Stig is going to be starting a lap. And he's going to be hoping to improve by more than what he's already improved on. I think he's starting a lap at least. He didn't improve on his previous lap time. That's what I can tell you. He did a 17.886 as his first run. Second run was not ideal, and he's already down 1.5 tenths, but his ERS level does not look very nice coming through this very high speed section when you need the ERS, all the power you can get. Let's see what he's going to be able to pull off. It's going to be a 44.5, 2.5 tenths down on his personal best. Still had a big snap and broke the car. He holds his brake as there was an AlphaTauri going on a lap behind him. Thankfully, we have no damage on, and that did not end his qualifying, but if we did, that would have 100% been a shunt, and his car would have stayed there. Unfortunate for Stig, where he was nearly 3 tenths up on his lap time, but that is how it goes. MXS Rosa is coming around the last corner now. He's going to be setting a 18.6, 3 tenths down on his personal best, still in P10. He needs another 0.5 tenth to go in front of Jake Laser, and another 5 tenths to be in with Sketchy. Our top 8 is all within nearly almost the top 8. Sketchy's probably going to set a better lap time here shortly, but they're all within the 17s and 16s, which is nuts because this track is very quick. But it's super hard to get a great lap time in here. These guys are doing very good to keep it on track. At least the ones that haven't gone into the wall and invalidated. We have Snoop Francis, who had to abort his lap due to traffic, it looks like. There was a huge pile up there with Edge and... who was it? Jake? Jake was there as well. There's 6 people in this first sector right now. That is too many. 5 too many. We have a bunch of people coming on their outlaps as it is down to the last 1.5 minutes of qualifying. Sketchy is going to be looking to improve a lot. He's down in P8, behind Stig, behind Chazzy, behind Snaky, and behind Ryan Newton. He has to get a second. If he can pull out a full second, make a magical lap happen, he can go all the way from P8 to P5 And then after that is 3 tenths between the top 4. That's pretty close for the top 4, and they're going to be hoping to keep that. Actually, top 5. You can include Snakey in there, just barely. Because we have Chazzy, who's going to be one of the first people to be out on his lap. Ark is going to be technically in front of him. Jordan was disqualified from parking in an incorrect position. Let's watch with Ark as he sets a 44-1. That was a pretty good second sector. And we're going to see him set a representative time before anyone else in this last run. It's a big snap. Essenbar retires. He's not going to be going out for another run. Oh no, he just retired on track. Doesn't look like Ark made a great lap together, but it does put him P11, 18.6. Not what he was hoping for, but it's a valid lap time. Minico's also retired from the session in P2. Master Turtle has invalidated this lap. He does not have enough time to go again as the timer has run out and nobody else can start a new lap. We have Chazzy coming across the line now. What is he going to be able to set? A 17.2. Does not improve on his previous lap time. Snakey just barely down. Rusty got disqualified for parking in an invalid position, dangerous location. We have Sketchy coming across the last 2 corners now. He does look to be about 4 tenths down on his time. Is it going to be enough to take P7? It is. He takes P7 with a 17.2, very close to Chazzy. Unfortunately, not able to take that. He needed another tenth and a half for that. Ryan Newton comes across the line now. He sets a 16.7. But that was an invalid lap time, so it does not matter. That 7 that 7 would have put him, oh my god, that 7 would have put him P2 in front of Minico. If he didn't invalidate that, that would have been a spicy turn 1. But Ryan Newton and Snakey are once again reunited on the 4th and 5th row. Side by side, they're going to be starting this race as that is the end of qualifying. Let's run down this one more time. Master Turtle taking pole position by a 10.3 from Minico. Bob being another 10th behind him, just about, in doing a 16.9.2. Ryan Newton doing a 16.9.7, being in 4th position. And Snakey being our first 17.0, 17.06. And Chazzy being in P6, he's going to go down to P11, P11 with his 5-place grid penalty. Sketchy is going to be moved out to P6. Stig, P7. Laser in P8. Amex Rosa in P10. Arc is going to be moved into P10. And the people above. And Chazzy is going to be moved down to P11. And I don't feel like reading off the rest. I didn't get to them. All right. So, any predictions, chat? Good battle for P1 between Ryan and not Ryan, Essenbaugh, Minico, and Master Turtle. I mean, Ryan is gonna be in there. Snakey's right there, so they're all in the fight for this lead. If they can get there, if they can stay behind and use that DRS to their advantage, they could 100% make a move through one of the 3 DRS zones here at Melbourne, Australia. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. I can't wait to see what they're gonna do. I'm gonna get a swig of water before this starts, and then we'll get going. Alrighty. We got 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights are off, and away they go. Master Turtle has gotten a great start from the cars behind, as we have Ryan Newton trying to make a move, does not make it. Estimba and Ryan Newton are now side by side. Snaky trying to make that move, and we have further up ahead, we have the Minico and a Master Turtle side by side, 2 by 2. It is for the top 6 cars. There's carnage going on behind, still side by side. Snaky gets pushed off. He has to back out. Ryan Newton and Estimba going side by side. Estimba being basically pushing Ryan Newton through the track, going side by side for Sketchy and look like Snaky. Sketchy now alongside with Estimba, Snaky and Estimba being very close to each other. Ark and Snaky behind them, 2 by 2 as well. Snaky, oh man, they held it side by side through the fast chicane. Very ballsy for those two drivers. And let's see if they're going to be able to get anything. No, but Stig goes down a move on Laser, and he's going to be able to make that stick. There's an Alfa Romeo way wide and trying to avoid contact. MXS Rosa barely manages to get in front, but gets tapped around by Braided Axe and Jordan. Jordan taps them both around, creates a little bit of a pile up here at the last corner, and Minico setting the fastest lap. There's 3 wide. Jordan, Edge, and Jordan coming across the last corner and going onto the straight. They're still 2 wide. Stu Francis is disconnected from the session. As Edge is in front of the battle that's going on, Braided Axe goes into the wall as MXS Rosa passes them. Jordan, I don't think made a tap there, but definitely had a lot to look forward to in that little battle. Unfortunately, they did crash. Snaky gets a 3-second. Art gets a 3-second. Looks like Milk also got a 3-second. Minico currently has the lead of the race, but Master Turtle and Ryan Newton are going side by side for P2. P2 is now Ryan Newton's, but Master Turtle is still very close to Ryan Newton there. So he's going to be hoping to be able to catch Ryan out and get a position on him. Ryan still looking for a position on P1 to get maybe some space between Master Turtle and himself, as they're very much, there's contact behind. There's a big crash between Chazzy and Stig. Stig being the one worse off, Chazzy being able to recover from that pretty quickly. Stig now being passed by Rusty, going side by side. Nope. Rusty gets that move done very quickly from the returning Stig. Estimba setting the fastest lap now as Rusty gets a little rusty and goes off into the last corner, trying to get that power down as Lakota is getting now past, or sorry, Sergeant Milk is going side by side with Edge. Sergeant Milk sends one down the inside of Stig, makes a little bit of contact, and Stig and Sergeant Milk have crashed. They the worst off in that scenario is Sergeant Milk, but Stig is still getting pressured by a Williams. This is a different Williams. It's Jordan this time, and Jordan is able to make that move stick. Is now into P12. Stig is still in P13. MXS Rosa just watching behind, trying to keep his nose clean, as a bunch of people are getting penalties back there, as this fight for the top 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions, as Ryan Newton goes down the inside of Minico. Great move. I didn't even realize that was going on until it was done. Ryan Newton takes the lead of the race on lap 3. DRS has been enabled, so he is getting that effect. Let's see what these guys are going to be able to do. Snaky's still in this fight for P4. Try to make a look. Estimba made a look at the same time. Did not work out well. Snaky goes off into the grass. Nearly makes contact with Sketchy Bull rejoining the track. That was a little bit of a dangerous rejoin, but Sketchy Bull makes that move stay, and he's into P5. So the top 4 are within a little pack. There's a little bit of a gap to Snaky. They're still within this fight for the lead of the race. Nobody has won it yet. Ark with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings going off track, it seems. And from P1 to P7 is still realistically within the race win. Lakota's down 5 seconds from them. Chazzy down 3 seconds from Lakota, 8 seconds from the lead pack. and we just have big gaps opening up behind here. Stig is trying to make his way back forward. He got past Testarossa. Is now trying to make a look on edge, but Testarossa is going to go around the outside of Stig here. He makes the move past, but Stig is going to have DRS coming through the next part of the corners, I'm pretty sure. No, Testarossa has the... Stig did not get DRS, so he's going to be hoping to get his moves done pretty quickly, as we have Snaky coming into the pits. He's going to be trying the very early undercut on these top guys. Is it going to work out for him? Is this tire wear going to be too much? Only time can tell. We still have a very good fight for this lead, though. Ryan Newton still holding on to P2 in front of Master Turtle. And it looks like Minico is keeping in front for now. We'll see whenever we continue to... We will continue to monitor the race. Ryan Newton getting a little bit of pressure from Master Turtle, losing out a lot of time to Minico. Is Master Turtle going to try to make a move around the outside here? It does look like it. He's going to be trying to make a move. No, he's not. He backs out of it. He had DRS. He's nose to tail with these guys, front wing to rear wing. These guys are going very quickly around this street track, modified street track. Estenbaugh goes off. He had to take a little bit of avoiding action. It looked like Arc just barely avoid Estenbaugh as he rejoins the track. Master Turtle staying within that DRS range to get the beautiful slipstream, as we had Sergeant Milk disqualified. I was trying to process it before I said it. Arc has gotten out of the DRS window of the top four for, I'm pretty sure, Estenbaugh's rejoin there. He had a stomp on his brakes. Looks like Estenbaugh gets past Arc here, and that is an easy move. I don't think Arc made too much of a fight for that one. Ryan Newton is on the soft tires, so he's going to have to be pitting a little earlier than everybody else. Snaky went onto the soft tires. He just got past Testarossa. He's getting past Testarossa now. He does not have much ERS to play with, but he has the better tires, so he's going to have a lot more grip. He's already blinking, so that's not a great sign for him. Still, these guys are crazy. I don't know if y'all saw that, but Master Turtle basically pushed Newton through that fast chicane, going about 150 mile an hour through that chicane, and being that close is actually, you have to have some balls. And I do not doubt that these guys definitely have what it takes. Ryan Newton pulls into the pits. His soft tires are not giving him the grip he wants. He pulls into the pits. He's going to be hoping to get those medium tires on as quickly as possible to get back into this race and get back into the fight for this lead, as Arc also pulls into the pits for new tires. Arc going onto the softs, and Lakota moving up into P6 on track currently before his pit stop. Master Turtle now alone with Minico. He has some free air in front of him. He's going to be pushing to get back up to Minico and push away. Chazzy retires from the session, not surprising. But back to Master Turtle. Master Turtle wants to pull away with Minico here, as Ryan Newton has already started his undercut. Are these medium guys going to hold out for a couple more laps and just have better softs at the end? Yes. Is Ryan Newton still going to have some pretty decent softs whenever it comes, whenever they come to, sorry. Is Ryan Newton going to have some pretty decent mediums whenever they come out with new softs? Yes. But is it going to be enough? Because those new softs are going to be rapid as Sketchy goes down the inside of Master Turtle, makes that move stick. Sketchy flashing his lights, flashing his rear light, but Master Turtle got a snap at the exit there. Oh, he gets a big snap at the braking zone, so he has lost the car at the second last corner. He's going to be down in P4. He goes into the pits, and with Estenbaugh. So Estenbaugh and Master Turtle have come into the pits. Minico and Sketchy Bull, the two in-game teammates, have now taken the P1 and 2 from anyone else. It doesn't look like anyone's going to be challenging them other than Ryan Newton, because Estenbaugh and Master Turtle are a little bit too far back with that mistake. Snaky setting the fastest lap with a 19.4. He is rapid right now. Let's see what they're going to be able to do on those newer tires. Essenbaugh, MXS Rosa going around, trying to look at a move on Arc. Nothing to go there. As Edge comes out behind Stig on new hard tires, Laser coming out behind Edge, Braided Axe being held for a 5-second penalty. He served that in the pits as Rusty is following him in the pits with Snoop Francis. That is all the pit stops in this race, other than the top 3 who still haven't pitted, and MXS Rosa and Stig. A lot of people getting penalties. Let's see what the total penalty count is right here. Wow, our 2, 3, and 4 have 3-second penalties, so Minico basically has this win in the bag. Ryan Newton on new tires is pressuring Lakota to go ahead and just pull into the pits. He has no tire grip left, and Lakota does so. Lakota pulls into the pits and releases Ryan Newton and Snaky into the free air to catch Minico and Sketchy Bull. Minico pit. I did not even realize it looking at the penalties. Minico is pit onto the soft tires, and he is now a second 0.3 back from Snaky. Snaky and Ryan Newton hold the current net lead of the race. Sketchy Bull is going to be pitting in next lap, still getting a 5 seconds for seating in the pits. Not fortunate for him, but Sketchy is going to be coming into the pits whenever he crosses that line now, as he lapped a car just now. Ryan holding the net lead of the race with no battery. Literally 0% battery. Minico has 75%, guys. This is going to be a very tough fight for the Mercedes and Ferrari drivers that they're going to be trying to find, as Minico can afford to take that 3-second penalty. Everyone in his MFD has more penalties than him, other than Ryan Newton. This is a penalty-prone track. There's a lot of slippiness in this track. You can go off, and the track limits feel very unforgiving, but still, these guys are pushing to the max. Ryan Newton setting the fastest lap, and then Essenbaugh going like 7/10 faster. That's a qualifying lap right there. 18.4. Nuts how fast they're going. Minico's already caught up to Snaky, and he's going to be passing Snaky right there. Snaky basically letting him by. He did not fight that. Minico needs to catch up 2/10 if he wants to get the DRS of Ryan Newton. There's 5 laps left to go. Snaky getting another 3-second time penalty, putting him up to 12 seconds total. Essenbaugh up to 6 seconds of penalties, and Arc up to 9 seconds of penalties. Our biggest penalty holder right now is Stig with a 5-second and 3-second penalties with a total of 14 seconds. Ooh. Minico go around the outside around turn 12 on Ryan Newton. Makes that move stick. Ryan Newton having no battery, saying, I can't defend this. Minico takes the lead of the race once again, as Sketchy Bull comes out in P7 behind every part of the traffic. He's going to have a lot to look out for, as there is a lap car there as well of, looks like Rusty. Rusty was a lap car. Minico setting the fastest lap time with a 18.2. Essenbaugh getting another 3-second time penalty, trying to catch up to Minico and Ryan Newton, but he's unable to do so. Snaky has lost a lot of time. He's already behind the car of Essenbaugh, as Arc had a big snap, it looks like. Snaky, Master Turtle going on Snaky. There's big contact between Sketchy and Snaky there. Snaky being the worst off, and there's just carnage in this first sector. Snaky, tired from the session, as he was just done with life. At that point, he was not having fun. Minico has almost ran away from Ryan Newton. He is 9/10 now. Is he going to be able to pull out of the DRS range at this lap? He's at 9.6, 9.8. Is he going to be able to get it 1 second ahead? Is Ryan Newton going to have DRS? Yes, he does. So he does keep it for one more lap, but I don't think that's going to stay for long. Estenbaugh is going to be hunting him down, even though they're on around the same ERS. Estenbaugh, I think, has same tires. Pretty sure. Let me see. No, Estenbaugh has better tires currently. Ryan has harder tires. So he's going to be better in the next couple of laps. Master Turtle within a second of Arc, so he's going to be challenging him. Those three have 9-second penalties, so either way they're fighting for position. Unless they get another penalty, of course. Ryan Newton no longer has DRS on Minico. That was expected. They do have a lot more speed, and Stig gets another 5 second for speeding in the pit lane. I thought he was gonna just retire. Genuinely, that's what I thought was gonna happen, but it did not. As we have Master Turtle going around the outside of Arc, turn 11. Is it gonna work? Gets pushed off a little bit by Arc. Left enough room though, so it is clean. They're still side by side through here. Master Turtle brave on the brakes. Is he going to be able to get it before the DRS? He got the DRS. I think he played a little bit of DRS chicken there, but Master Turtle gets DRS and gets the position. No, Master Turtle doesn't get DRS, but he gets the position. Arc gets DRS, and he gets the move done into turn 1 and 2, and he's able to put the power down better. Arc still has the DRS, so he's going to be able to get the defense better as Sketchy goes alongside and passes Master Turtle. Master Turtle has a big moment there and loses out. He now has 18 seconds of penalties and P6 to his name. And actually, we had Sketchy make a big mistake there, and let's buy Master Turtle one more time just for the fun of it. Lap 13, coming on to 14 now. As coming on to 14 after the sector, as we have 2 laps left to go. Minico leads the race from Ryan Newton. They both have 3-second time penalties, and they're going to be trying to fight it out. If Minico is a little scrappy here and gets another 3-second, all he needs to do is just keep it on track, keep it clean. Estenbaugh keeping P3 with 9 seconds of penalties. Arc in P4 with the same 9 seconds of penalties. Master Turtle with 18 seconds. Not ideal for him, but it is just one of those types of tracks. Sketchy Bull in P6. He had a big mistake. He was in P5 previously, but did not make the cut. Arc has actually gotten 3 more seconds of penalties, totaling up to 12 seconds. So now that is going to move him down to right around P6 in front of Sketchy, or behind Sketchy, because those penalties are too much. Lakota is up into P7 from, where did he start? Position change. Lakota started in 14th. I remember he was out of the top 10, but I didn't remember he was that far. As MX Testarossa gets past Snoop Francis, and Rusty gets past Snoop as he was going slowly to let the lapped car by, but they're in their own battle, a lap down from the P8 onwards. P8 and above have lapped them already. Jake is right behind them, and he is still being very clean. Well, he is the only person in the top 10 other than Edge with no penalties currently, so I would consider that pretty decently clean. Next is going to be Edge, who is 15 seconds from Jake. Coming on to the last lap now. Doesn't look like there's many positions to be made, as Stig was getting lapped by Minico, and looks like he's going to be a pain in Minico's arse here shortly. Let's see from Stig's point of view, the leader in front of him. And then we have Ryan Newton a second and a bit behind him. Is Stig going to try to make any moves by? I think he is. No, he's just gave him a little nudge. That's fine. He's giving him the NASCAR style of get a move on. Stig does have the overspeed, but he does not have the lap. Is he going to make a move? Nope, he backs out. Makes sense. All right. 3 more corners to go, and Miniko is going to be winning the Australian rookie race in front of Ryan Newton. Let's see. Sketchy Bull actually loses or gains a position on Arc. Master Turtle tried to gain on position on Arc, but they're going to be side by side through the corner. Miniko wins the Grand Prix. Ryan Newton in P2, Essenbahn P3, and Master Turtle spins it coming out of the last corner. Sketchy Bull gets P4, Arc gets P5, Master Turtle gets P6 on track, but he's going to lose out a position to Lakota. He's going to be coming around the last corner now. He's going to be coming up to P6 instead of P7. There you go. Master Turtle moves down to P7 with his teammate beside him in P. Actually, no. Master Turtle goes down to P8. MXS Rosa goes up to P7. Jake comes across the line next in P9. Edge comes across the line in P10. And Braided Axe, the last person across the line, as he has a big snap. And the last 3 were already lapped: Stig, Rusty, and Snoop Francis. And that is going to be the end of the race. Let's go through this rundown just one more time, and then we will get a move on. All right. Great race, by the way, from the top 4 to just stay in there and be very much a deserving winner in Miniko. But as well, Ryan Newton got into a great spot there to get P2 in front of Estenball, one of our top tier drivers in the league. In some tracks, he's F1 pace. He's in esports pace, so it's very much a great position for him to finish. And no doubt in my mind that he's going to be going up into tier 1. He is mixing it up there very easily. Running through this race one more time, Miniko gets the win. Ryan Newton in P2, Essenbahn in P3, Sketchy Bull in P4, Lakota in P5, MX Rosa in P6, Master Turtle in P7, Jake in P8, Edge in P9, Braided Axe in P10. And that rounds out our top 10. Arc in P11, Stig in P12, Rusty in P13, and Snoop Francis, our last finisher, a lap down, but still finish. Snakey, Chazzy, Jordan, and Sergeant Milk all did not finish that race, and Miniko wins the rookie race championship with Ryan Newton behind him, 5 points. Snakey in P3 and Sketchy P4, Lakota in P5. So we got our 2 team principals up there in the top 5 of the fake championship. All right, well, now we have some fun. Now the race has been over, but I want to introduce our new team principal, the one that just finished in P5. It's gonna be Lakota. Let me go ahead and get him in here. Hey, Lakota.
Hey,
How you doing?
not too bad.
That's
How about you?
I'm doing pretty good. I just watched a mega race between the people in front of you.
Yeah, I was in no man's land. It was just it was nice looking at the timesheet. Honestly, just seeing everybody move like crazy up there.
It was just a crazy race in front and behind you, but you know, sometimes you just have one of those races. Well, I just had a couple of questions for you. You're the new kid on the block in the team principals department. How are you feeling about this season? How are you feeling about the season 10, as you're this is your second season, I'm pretty sure, in MRL?
Yes. Yeah, so second season, first season felt pretty good. I really was hit on the community. It's really nice and friendly
Yeah.
here. In terms of team principal, yeah, I've been told that this is a star-studded team principal lineup. So the fact that I am somehow with these great group of people, it's an honor. But honestly, as a rookie, I kind of want to give a little smackdown, get a P1 as the new guy, maybe, just to show these guys what's up.
Hell yeah, man. I'm rooting for you. We had a couple of battles last season, and to see you in the team principals list, one gave me a shock. Two, made me really happy to see that, new people are loving the community, as you said, and they're feeling welcome to just get integrated more into the community. Being a team principal is like the second biggest thing you can do, other than like being an executive with like Punju or Mod. So you're up there with the rest of them. How are you liking the Alpine team principal role? Previously held by our lover Tuan. Um, are you gonna be stepping into his shoes and doing pretty good?
Honestly, Tuan has a great foundation of how he ran team principal, and I kind of really paid attention to that. So, yes, I will be taking a step into his shoes, but I also have a few little twists that I will introduce to the Alpine squad. I think if draft goes well, I think there'll be a really solid unit, and we should keep it fundamentally fun.
I'm super glad to hear it. And, making a little change never hurt anybody. Especially when you've got a good foundation under you, and you can always go back to that if it doesn't work. And he's always in the service, so you can ask anyone for some advice if you need some. But one last question, and then I'll let you go. How how are you feeling about these rookies out of all the talent we've seen? Are you interested in any of them? Who are you looking to pick up?
Um, the rookie pool that we have is honestly pretty insane in terms of the skill levels. I definitely have been keeping an eye on a lot of them, and I feel like there's a lot of underrated picks coming in with this group. I think some of these
Yes.
guys are gonna fit right in
A
and
hundred
just
percent.
might, yeah, I think we got some contenders here in the rookies. If I'm being 100% honest, I got the notes down. I think we got some snipes if I can get lucky on the draft.
All right, that's great to hear. And yeah, good luck on draft night. It's in what, 4 days? So you're gonna have a lot of time to think about who you're gonna pick and what order. But good luck to you, and I wish you the best of luck, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. And also just thank you MRL for hosting all these rookie events. These are totally a blast. No other league does it like MRL.
Yeah, 100%. I've been in a couple of leagues and nobody does it like MRL. This is the best community that I've found, and that's why this is the only community that I care about now.
Yep. I quite literally agree with that. I left one and joined this. I'm like, yep, this is my home. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. This is not my permanent home, but I don't think I'll be leaving it anytime soon. Well, I
Heck,
wish you to have a great rest of your night. I'll see you on
yeah, you as
draft
well.
night.
Yep, see you then.
And with that, that is the end. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We got one more person in here, and it's one of our returning team principals. It's the other person you saw on track today. It's gonna be the wonderful Miniko. How's it going, Miniko?
Hello, I'm doing quite nicely. How about yourself?
I'm doing very well after seeing that dumb race between you and no, I'm kidding. It was a very good race actually between you and Newton. Um, let's start off with that. I'll go the other way. You're a returning principal, so you know kind of what you need to see in the rookies. How are you feeling about the talent we've seen over the last three races, and who are you interested in?
There's quite a wide variety, that is for sure. A bunch of different levels of pace. And also, kind of one thing I've been noting as well is some people's racecraft in that respect. Yeah, there's a lot of variety going on with all these rookies, which is pretty awesome to see. I like
Yeah,
seeing a bunch of like not just only fast guys, but also guys that maybe have potential in the lower tiers. It's
yeah.
really cool to see. As for who I have my eye on, well, it could really be anybody because again. potential is also a big thing that you could also look out there for. Ryan Newton definitely was pretty impressive. I mean, the showings they did in both Austria and Australia,
He was
he was pretty quick out there. So it's definitely definitely something nice to see. But yeah, there's definitely more out there.
definitely. So I told you earlier that I made a little question for you, and the question is, how's your new outfit looking? How are you liking the Red Bull? And I'll ask you a question after that.
Well, it's quite a literal upgrade after going from AlphaTauri to Red Bull, so that's
Yep,
that's good.
literal.
Um, admittedly, I was actually thinking of a different team. I was thinking more of McLaren
Mm,
going into the picks, but that was taken by Giants fan.
yep.
But nonetheless, it's Red Bull. I've actually had a lot of success with the Red Bull in other leagues in the specific car. So it's an it's a welcome home kind of car for me. So yeah, I'm very much liking the change.
I'm glad you're liking it, and you already mentioned it, but who are you most jealous of that stole your pick?
I mean, I just said it, didn't I?
Yeah, yeah. That's the other
Giant
question
fan.
that I was gonna ask. That, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm glad that you're liking the Red Bull car. I'm personally not a fan of Red Bull, but I no, I'm kidding. I love Red Bull. But the car is too dominant in my opinion. I hope you don't have a dominant season. And well, the past 3 seasons you haven't had too much luck, but we're gonna get there this season with the Red Bull, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. And
For sure.
you say that I didn't exactly have the best of times the past couple seasons. Remember season 8, I may or not have gotten P3 in championships. That's not entirely true. Uh,
Well, I was talking about the overall championship.
yes, the overall. Then yeah, that's pretty fair. I can't control everything, but
Yeah,
after
that's
last
fair.
season, yeah, after last season, after the first couple of races in AlphaTauri going rather poorly, I kind of just figured everything out. I kind of like set things apart and then started to like really dive into what the issue could have been. And as you saw in the second half
Yeah,
with AlphaTauri, we started to make a bit of a comeback. So
100%.
I'm hoping that I'm hoping I can keep that form and just extend it even more, be even more of a force to be reckoned with, especially for the front guys. So yeah, we'll just have to see come the draft and just come the races. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to next season. That's for sure.
Yeah, 100%. And the last question you kind of already mentioned it, but one, good luck on on the draft. That's going to be a crucial time to your season. That's the first time you
Only
really
time.
get in there. But how are you feeling going into season 10, defending not really a championship, but your place as a what I would call veteran TP now, what, like fourth season in a row, I want to say?
Second season actually. This is only my second.
Oh yeah,
I was
you
a
were.
first time team principal in season 9. Yeah.
Right, right, right.
Um yeah,
Um
it was definitely a big learning curve from my first season onto the second season and with the knowledge I have now. As I said,
yeah.
um in terms of picks, I've definitely gotten a more of an insight on like some drivers that I'm looking out for. So yeah, we'll just have to see who I'm able to potentially grab. I definitely have quite a few people on my list. I'm not gonna mention them, of course,
Yeah,
but
shh.
yeah, but there's definitely some people that well, they could be back in a Red Bull or they could be coming with me to a Red Bull. Who knows?
Yeah, well, I wish you the best of luck. Is there anything you have to say to the viewers at home or anyone who's watching
Uh,
to watch out for?
very much so. Well, first off, preseason tomorrow at the same time as this rookie race was. Be sure to tune into that. It's going to be great. You're going to see a bunch of awards going out as well as
Yep.
the draft order for team principals. Then I believe there's something going on Wednesday. Is that the fourth rookie race? If that's happening, I
I
don't
think it was
not 100%
canceled.
sure.
So no,
Ah, okay.
no more.
Well, aside from okay, then that aside, then of course Friday the draft, the big guns, NA, F2, and of course the main tiers.
Yep.
You, if you're not tuning in, there's something wrong with you. Uh,
Gonna be crazy. Gonna
be
be a
sure to tune
long
in.
stream. It's gonna be
Gonna be
absolutely nuts. A
it's
lot of
gonna be a
banter.
big one. Oh, for sure. And then of course I have to mention it. We're starting back up on Sunday. Moose Day is coming back, baby.
Moose Day,
Sunday,
baby.
all day, Tier 6, Tier 1, no assists. Tune into that. It's going to be non-stop action, everybody.
Damn right. Well, I think Miniko said it better than I could. Thank you guys so much for watching this rookie race. Thank y'all for tuning in. I can't wait to see y'all tomorrow and Friday and Sunday. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful night.
Cheers, everyone.